TV News, expanding your view.
Welcome back. We've been discussing the accusations between the Department of State Security or the State Security Service and the All Progressive Congress on the spate of bombings across the country, which has been generating reactions among Nigerians. And earlier we've been talking with Fred Ezeako, a legal practitioner and a development economist. We've been joined now by Babatunde Abubakar, a public affairs analyst. Thank you for joining us on Core Digest.
Thank you very much.
And we'll continue with discussions. Before we went on break, we left off on the point of whether security agencies should come public, just like we've seen recently.
Yes.
Away from the recent past, when we don't get to see security agencies talking. Now it's like an everyday affair. Should they make public their findings and other statements that has to do with security?
Because I was taking a particular line that in some instances when there is need for public to get some definite information, then the security agencies, through their spokespersons, will talk to the public. The whole idea is to ensure that information flow comes from the right source, because when information does not come from the right source, it is left to the graveyard, to the grapevine. And that is the bedrock of rumor, such that the information that we get will be authentic and not milled from the rumor machine. But it wouldn't be an everyday affair, because on issues that have to do with strategy, issues that have to do with operations, issues that have to do with intelligence gathering and the rest of them, these are technical issues that the public does not need to know. All the public needs to have is to have result. And when you now begin to come to public domain to address all those issues, that is when you now begin to be political, because you want to achieve one end, distinct and against what you are supposed to be pursuing. Okay. So my take is that because this is democracy, and because people need to know, but people need to know the ones that they have to know, and not everything.
So should they know who is throwing the bombs around the country?
The people does not. If you tell the people who throws the bomb, excellent, but you have to go a step further by ensuring that such people are apprehended. If you tell the people about who throws the bombs and you don't apprehend the people, how do you want the people to decipher such information? How do you expect them to assimilate such information? How do you expect them to take it? Do you expect them to just, when they see the people, they run away? Is that what you intend to achieve? What is the crux of the achievement of telling the people it is Mr. XYZ that throws the bomb, when Mr. XYZ is moving about freely and more bombs are being thrown? So it now goes into no issue. Such information will now be better not given, because it will amount to either fallacy or half-truth. Because the people expect that bomb throwing is not to be celebrated. Bomb throwing on its own is a huge, heinous crime that must be apprehended, must be arrested, the culprits be brought to book. And when you now lay accusing fingers at certain people or certain persons, and you don't go any step further at stopping them and stopping the crime or punishing them, then definitely you are making a mockery of yourself.
All
That's
right.
my position.
Okay, before the move to you, Babatunde, yeah. let me read this statement by a group, and then let's see how you react to that.
Yes.
The chairman of the Anti-Corruption Coalition, the Civil Society Coalition Against Corruption. Okay, that's the Civil Society Coalition Against Corruption. Its chairman, Olanrewaju Suraju, said by making such an unsubstantiated allegation against the country's main opposition party, Ms. Oga had cleared every doubt that she is an apologist of the ruling party.
It's as simple as that.
Now, do you agree with him? Because this is a civil society coalition against corruption. And isn't that statement political in itself?
No, but it is in reaction to a political statement made by the spokesperson of SSS. Because we don't expect, honestly, we don't expect the SSS to make such statements.
When they discover that a crime is committed
We
by
don't,
so group.
what action have they taken? That is the question. Who takes the action? The market woman or the school child who is in his father's house on holiday? Who has the mandatory responsibility? Who has the legal right to take action? It is the SSS. It is the police. It is the army. It is security agencies. What actions have they taken? Now, he who alleges must prove. That is a cardinal principle in criminal law. He who alleges must prove. If State Security Service alleges that it is the opposition party that is throwing the bomb, they have to come to the public domain and prove it. And how do you prove it? Begin to prosecute the people. Begin to arrest the people. When you arrest them, you take them to court. You bring forward your evidence and lay it bare before the court and let the court now decide. Failure to do all these things will amount to mere political grandstanding.
Okay, now, Babatunde, you're just joining us. Do you think the statement made by the spokesperson of the SSS should be made?
I don't think so. First of all, the premise on which she based the argument is very, very suspect. Because what she said, from what I read, she said that there was an election in Edo State won by APC. There was no bomb blast. There was an election held in Oshuna. There was no bomb blast. And there was an election in Anambra State, which was not won by APC. There was bomb blast. The same thing is applicable to Ekiti. There was a bomb blast. So that premise, I think, is not enough for us to conclude that the opposition is the one throwing the bomb. You have to do your findings and come out with concrete evidence that actually these people were the one throwing the bombs. But for the fact that bomb went off in those states does not mean, because we know that the opposition, this is a politics, the opposition might even do that to make sure or to make people think that it is the opposition that is doing the bomb. So it can be done by opposition as well, so that the blame will be on the opposition. That is what I think. That premise that because the opposition did not win election in a particular state.
So what you are saying is that it's not a strong argument.
It is not
that,
at all.
These sequences or these happenings should point to a particular direction.
At all. And again, when you look at Feni Famikayode, which is now a member of PDP, sometimes ago, a few before the election time, he said something that it was the opposition that was throwing the bomb. And immediately the following day, at Ife, there was a bomb blast. So this tells us a lot of things, that it's a pre-planned thing, that maybe he might have the knowledge about the event that took place.
No, but you could not say it's pre-planned.
Yes, I'm just saying maybe. That is what I said. I said maybe.
Before you even had to produce an evidence.
Yeah, it could have been. That's what I said. It's maybe. It might be a coincidence, but then you have to look at when things happen.
The statements that have been
made. And again, Obanikoro actually said it was Tinumbu that is the arm of the Boko Haram, is the sponsor of the arm of the Boko Haram. Immediately he said that this issue of bomb actually happened at Ife. And also, he said that the Oba should be very, very careful, the Oba in the southwest, because Tinubu has already talked to Obas, that is the kings in the southwest, in the manner that he ought not to have. So what we are saying here is that if you have an evidence, the DSS woman shouldn't have come out without a concrete evidence that these are the people that are doing this, these are the people that, without having any concrete evidence. That is one.
Okay, let me take this. You're a legal practitioner, Fred. Yes. Now, when leaders and politicians begin to make this kind of statements or accusations, should it just be looked upon like just an accusation? When people make point fingers and say, especially where the lives of innocent Nigerians are involved.
Yes,
and
before,
then the State Security Service have not effected arrest, the police have not effected arrest, and yet we see the DSS coming to still point fingers at political parties. What about those statements, those very grievous statements that have been made in the past, and people just ignore them?
Okay, before I go that, I go to that end. Let me, with due respect to opinion of my good friend Abubakar, say quickly that the incidents in Ife, which was referred to as bomb blast, was later said not to be a bomb blast. You recall? It was said not to be a bomb blast.
It was not a bomb.
It was not a bomb. Secondly, so we don't dwell on issues that are not completely verified. And secondly, during Anambra State election, there was really no bomb blast.
No, but Oga in her statement said there was an explosion after the election.
After or during, there was no explosion. There was no bomb blast in Anambra State.
According to her, she said
there was an issue in a church. There was an issue in a church, in a particular church, when people people were conducting night vigil, and the political party went there to talk to the people and campaign, and there was stampede. They say it was stampede. There was accusations and counter accusations that there were gunshots fired because the people were booing the leaders of the party. And then the security agencies around that political gladiators fired some shots, and then the shots sent panic into the crowd, and then in the process, some lives were lost. That was the only ugly side of that, but there was no bomb blast in Anambra State. And then that tells you how much political the State Security Service has been. If even issues that are glaring before the public are being turned to work on their heads, just to score some cheap political statements, it tells you that the service should better watch it. And the service is not even alone in this. You recall that in the heat of the abduction of Chibok girls, shortly some days after, the military came out to say that they had a secure release of the girls, only for the military to capitulate in each statement some days after and said they were sorry, and that it was a political stunt to score cheap political gains, as if they were working assiduously, and then it backfired. My position is that politics should not be mixed with state security in any way, because politics is not something that goes at the same parallel.
But are we saying here that are we saying here that the politics has been mixed with security issues in this case?
Essentially, politics being mixed with state security, pure and simple.
Okay,
recall that not long ago, the late National Security Advisor Andrew Azazi accused PDP of being the brain behind the state of insecurity in Nigeria. By virtue, he gave his own reasons, by virtue of their selection process. And shortly after, he was removed for advising the president in the marketplace, and then thereafter, he died. Now, that was National Security Advisor. Now, State Security Service, through its spokesperson, is now saying that it is APC that was throwing bomb and trying to lay the foundation for its own reasoning. And I dare say that such foundations are faulty and unbecoming of a security organization like State Security Service. We expect more decorum, we expect more cogent actions and not political actions to stop the state of bombing.
Okay, let me take it to Abubakar now. Do you believe that the security is being mixed with politics in this circumstance where the DSS spokesman is talking about?
Very well. I think it started from the Ekiti election, where APC governors were not allowed into the state by the security agencies. The River State governor actually came out of his car at a point in time where he dared the military personnel to shoot. If they didn't feel that they wanted to shoot, they should shoot. So that went. And when you look at the arrest, the number of arrests made in the Osun election, pre-Osun election.
No, but we're talking about the spate of the accusation of throwing bombs around the country that the DSS says APC is responsible for.
Yes, all of these are interwoven. It shows that they are partisans in the arrest of some of the APC members. Even though on a Friday, prior to the election, the spokesperson for APC was arrested, Lajilai Mohammed, and he said that why the APC members? Why not PDP? So this shows that definitely the security agencies are being partisan. If truly they are looking for the culprit, it shouldn't have been all APC affair.
Okay, let me before I go back to Fred, let me take you on this. The DSS made a particular kind of statement to why such actions were taken in these states, and it says it has been revealed that political parties, particularly the PDP and the APC, had vowed to outdo each other in the Osun election, and based on security reports, the security agencies had to deploy adequately to be able to forestall any threat or anything that would pose contrary to free and fair election in Osun State. Isn't that a justifiable stand?
Even though at that, it has to be 50-50. When you are now talking about the security risk and PDP and APC are giving threats, then why do you have all the APC members being arrested?
So you're saying it's not possible? Is it not possible for one side to be faulty and the other side completely not at fault?
Why would that be?
All right, let me take you to Fred. Yes. What do you make of this standing by the security agencies for that heavy deployment that in Osun State of the threat between the political parties to outdo each other?
It is natural. What do you expect political parties to do if not to outdo one another? It's expected. Any political party, the bedrock of any political party is the desire to win elections. And that is why you have commissions, institutions, and agencies that moderate such desires, so that the desires don't become unbecoming. It is not out of place that a political party wants to outdo the other. The issue is how and by which means does that party want to outdo the other party? Is it a process that is legitimate? Is it a process that is legal? Is it a process that is okay?
Okay, let me cut you here and let's take this call from Umo and then I'll get back to you. Umo calling us from Enugu. Are you still there, Umo?
Hello.
Hello. Good morning and thank you for joining us.
Hello. Good morning. Yeah. I'm Mituma calling from.
All right, go ahead with your contribution. Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead with your contribution.
What I want to say, based on what the legal practitioner should say, demand is on board. I don't really see it why ACCUSATION should interfere in such matter. I believe as a security agent, they must be in the same area. They will not cite a particular area because something can cause problems to the country. You are taking a particular party. The particular party sponsors or maybe they are the problem of security. And it's uncalled for. Because you have no evidence, you have no proof. Why didn't you arrest them? Or why did you take the right person before accusing somebody? If somebody is accused for anything, they will arrest you first, investigate you, verify, before coming out of there need no verification. So at least let us start to play this politics with regard because human lives are involved. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for that contribution. Umo is buttressing your point and saying, talking about proof and evidence.
Yeah, definitely, because it's so weighty.
Why do you think the DSS should be withholding the evidence or the proof or going ahead with effecting arrest in this situation and just making statements?
Do you think they are withholding the evidence or the proof? Would they? Do you think they have it?
No, because the DSS spokesperson sounds confident about what she's saying. So,
If I may come in,
Political confidence or realistic confidence? If they have the evidence, why wouldn't they begin to make use of the evidence to arrest the people? If they have any evidence, I'm not saying that they may be completely wrong, but my position is this: by the operation, nature, and origin of the State Security Service, it is not supposed to jump into the public arena, into the political arena, sorry. It's not supposed to jump into the political arena. It's supposed to do its work without fear or favor, as stipulated by law. If Mr. ABC is the one throwing bomb, and you have evidence that he is the one throwing bomb, go after him. Take him to court, take him to justice, or take justice to him. It's as simple as that. And then it will be x-rayed and it will be seen. Those who are also in his ilk will also be taken to court. But just to come out and recklessly, I'm sorry to use that word, but that is what it is, recklessly accuse an institution of throwing bomb only for the sake of gaining political influence is not in the purview of the State Security Service. Leave that to politicians. If PDP accuses APC and APC accuses PDP, I will not worry. I will not bother. I will not even lose a sleep over it. But when an institution of the state as serious as State Security Service begins to join in such unfounded accusation, it gives Nigerians very deep cause for concern.
okay, Abubakar, you were to make a
yes,
statement.
there was even an allegation by the spokesperson of DSS that they've been offered some amount of money to induce them, and the opposition now said, if that is true, why not mention the person that made the offer of the money? She refused to do that. Sine was now saying that according to the president, that the president said that some things have to be put under the carpet and so on and so on and so forth.
Okay, let's Abubakar, let's put it straight here, because the statement by the DSS spokesperson is very clear. But before then, let me take this call from Ogbe Fun, calling from Edo State. Ogbe Fun, are you there with us?
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us on Call Digest.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. So, my contribution to this issue that you are discussing is just to make it clear to you that we have seen all the hand of what is going on in the issue of this so-called bombing and all of that. For me, you discover that instead of them using that word, DSS, that you just use the word PDP. I believe that would have been the preferred one to use. They just use this DSS at the kind of this guy. Because you don't like for you to just make such comments to say APC are the one causing this problem. It's wrong for you to say that as DSS. That shows that they don't even know what they are doing. That shows that this whole thing they are doing are political things they are doing. So we are seeing, just like what the other man with blue said there, like APC election, during the APC election, we see the arrest. There was no PDP arrest. Then there was no PDP arrest. Then you come to even the so-called southern eastern part of the country, anybody they arrest, they are all APC. So I don't know what these people are afraid of. Whether the 2050 is what they are afraid of, I don't really know. But whether they like it or not, no matter the name they will give to APC, we the masses, we really know who to choose when that time comes. So DSS should stop that what they are saying, that APC is not for everybody.
All right, Befun, you've made your point. And thank you very much. You've made your point. Let's have enough time to dwell on other issues. Now, before we react to those statements he was making, I was trying to clarify to you some of the statements made by the Marilyn Oga on that 14 million naira alleged bribe. And she said that She is not. She didn't say the president said that she sweep some things under the carpet, but I think the statement by her is saying the carrot and stick approach put forward by the present administration meant that it's not every time that you go for arrest, and it is at that time that she said the duty of the SSS is to detect, prevent, and deter, and using the president's carrot and stick analogy, it is not every time that you go out arresting people. So she didn't say it was a direct instruction from the president. I just wanted to correct that. Okay.
Thanks.
And okay, let's take this call from Adeni, and then we'll continue. Adeni is calling us from Abuja. Can you hear us, Adeni? Hello, Adeni.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for joining us on Core Digest.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to salute all of you over there and call me for doing, very good justice to this topic. My contribution is dull. You see, if we have DSS as one of our security agents, and we find out abnormalities in elections like this, I think the best thing is just to bring the people to book and not to be saying that we catch some people with guns, we catch some people with charms, and APC is doing the APC is doing. And if you have brought those people to book, then we will now know that this election is null and void. And if it is PDP that will win the election, they say that they are abnormalities. I don't know. It's just food for thought. We have come a long way in election matters. I think the best thing now is to now, in our own character, know that what is right should be right. If our security agents know that something is wrong, then we should correct it, not let it go. So this is just my simple and humble contribution.
All right, thank you, Adeni. We appreciate that contribution. Now, both late callers are talking about almost the same thing. Go ahead and do the necessary. Go ahead and do the necessary and take actions and stop talking.
Yes.
Now, but in the first place, earlier we talked about going out to make informations public and then to hold press conferences. And I talked about the necessity of the times. I'm still going back to that same question and statement.
Yes.
Now, what is wrong in doing that?
There's nothing wrong in informing the public. I repeat, there's nothing wrong. But there's everything wrong in misinforming the public. Give the public the information that they need to continue to have confidence in the institution of the state, which is not supposed to be a respecter of anybody. The institution of the state, which is supposed to be strong enough to carry through the ideals of the state. But there's everything wrong in misinformation. And what do I mean by misinformation? An information that is not verifiable, that cannot stand the test of time, that cannot be openly contested to a logical conclusion, that cannot be given credibility, amounts to misinformation of the people.
All right, before I come to you, Abubakar, let's take Okama from Lagos. Okama, thank you for calling.
Yeah, Martin, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to thank you and the other one, the food spread. I think the spread has gone very well. But Martin, I want to let you to know one thing. I listened to Marilyn Order on platform. Why people confirm that my mother is not become a member. Is not a big mistake that you see that so fast that and it's not good for our body, not good for it at all. I think
Okay, Okama, I think your line is gradually going bad. You can call back again. Your line is gradually going bad. I think you should call back so that we can hear you very clearly. We didn't get the later part of that contribution. And before Okama calls back, let me ask you this. Do you think the statement by the DSS is misinforming? Just like Fred has said, he said misinformation. Do you think that statement is misinforming or rightly informing Nigerians?
It is misinformed because of the fact that she has not done her homework very, very well. If you want to inform, I think there is need for one to dig into what really happened in an event. Whereas in this case, she didn't tell us the real reason why she said what she said. She only told us that because a bomb blast occurred after an election in a particular state, this thing happened, and that is not enough evidence to nail the opposition that it is the opposition that was doing what really happened. So what she was telling us was not enough for everybody to believe that actually that is the real situation of things. So definitely she has not done her work before she come on the air to tell everybody.
Okay, you're a public affairs analyst.
Yes, sir.
Now, will you say this is a statement by the State Security Service or a statement by Marilyn Oga?
Yes, she represents a constituency, and I think with that, it is not our own personal opinion. She's supposed to be speaking for a constituency, and which I believe that should be what we should believe. But in this case, I think, I don't know whether it's our own personal opinion, but she's representing a constituency.
All right, our time is up.
I think she would be the one in the best position to answer that. She would have told the audience whether she was speaking her personal opinion or she was airing the opinion of the State Security Service. But being the spokesperson of the State Security Service, anything said by Marilyn Oga in her capacity as that spokesperson and in an official capacity is the opinion of State Security Service.
Okay, now as we round up, can you say what should the State Security Service be doing?
State Security Service should be working and not talking.
With regards to the
should be working and not talking. Prevent crimes and bring criminals to justice and not delve into politics. That's all.
Now, do you think, in a sentence, that the state security has delved into politics, and what should it be doing?
Definitely they have. And I think this, from the public opinion, they will have known that they have made a mistake. In the nearest future, whatever they want to do, I think they should verify whatever they want to say to the public and do their work as a security agencies and not as a politician.
All right, thank you, gentlemen, for being on Core Digest. I wish we could talk more and more on this, but we have to round up here because our time is up. Thank you for coming. Hope you will be with us again when we call you to be with us on the program. Viewers, it's been Core Digest, and we'll be looking at the accusation by the DSS that the All Progressive Congress is responsible for the spate of bombings around the country, especially with regards to elections and after elections. Thank you for being with us. We're rounding up here, and News on the Hour will come up. Stay with us then. Get informed. Thank you.
You can now watch Core TV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to Core TV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click Core TV, leave a space, then News. Core TV News, a 24-hour news station.